Hey Booktubers, Lisa here. Today we are talking about Michal J Fox's latest book, No Time Like the Future. But before we get into that, I wanted to share with you why I make these videos on books. Books create ideas, ideas change the world. Let's change the world one book at a time. You may know Michal J Fox for his role in Back to the Future. He was Marty McFly. You might remember him skateboarding around, the DeLorean, Christopher Lloyd, or you may know him in his most recent work in The Good Wife. He was Lewis Canning, a disabled attorney, going up against Alicia Florrick. In addition to Michal J Fox being a very famous actor, he was also diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his late 20s. I was asking one of my Google devices, how much is Michal J Fox worth? Google said $65 million. Over the course of his career, Michal J Fox has raised $1 billion for Parkinson's research. Now, of course, I don't know exactly what Michal J Fox was thinking when he received his Parkinson's disease, but like many people who get a very serious diagnosis, he was probably thinking, my life is downhill. I will never do anything better than Back to the Future. That is my one claim to fame. That's all it will ever get. Little did he know that his big impact in life would be Parkinson's disease and helping so many different people. In fact, I want to tell you the reason why I was so interested in reading this book. Not PD, but earlier this year I was diagnosed with a neuromuscular disorder. It has a really cute little name, but I promise you it is anything but. It is called POTS. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Yeah, that's why everybody calls it POTS. It also has many similarities to PD. What happens is any POTS patient, their nerves are confused and they don't communicate the right signals to the muscles, including the heart. When Mike spoke in the book about falling over at night, that was totally relatable. In addition, for POTS patients, we're usually wearing compression stockings and an abdominal binder. Imagine navigating all of this while balancing in the dark. It's a cruel joke. In addition, my heart was having none of it. It is not receiving the correct signals from my nerves and starts beating erratically. More than 2,000 abnormal heartbeats in a 24-hour period. When I went to go to sleep at night, closed my eyes laying flat on my back, my heart was beating at 130 beats per minute. When I finally closed my eyes, I wasn't sure if I was going to open them in the morning. Was my heart going to give out? Earlier this year, my biggest concern, my highest priority was competitively running a 5K. When I started training, I started fainting. What happens in POTS patients, the nerves don't communicate the right signals, so the blood, when you stand up, pools at the bottom of your legs and you can faint. Exercise usually makes this phenomenon worse. So I started fainting, and it became more and more and more apparent until I finally had to seek medical help. Now I try not to fall down when I'm going as far as the bathroom. At the ripe old age of 35, when I leave the house, I have a cane. I wanted one with rainbow colors and streamers. They must have been out. This book is exactly what I needed. It was 100% relatable. I laughed and I cried. Having a pity party is completely justifiable. There are a lot of things that I have lost in my life. Things that people take for granted every day. Walking, hiking, running. Not having the stairs be enemy number one. However long or short my life is, I don't want to spend it dwelling on negativity and bad things. No one is guaranteed a long life, no matter what your health situation is. The darkness looms close. It is easy to give in and get caught up in all the losses in life, especially with the pandemic going on. This book really dives into, do you have lemons or do you make lemonade? Michal J Fox, I'm not going to go into too many spoilers. He does talk about his recent health struggles and fighting back from that. He also loves animals, and he has some cute little sections in his book about his dog. Obviously, I love my cat Bill. He is a Russian blue kitten, so it was very relatable. I, in addition to the book, had the audiobook. Michal J Fox was the perfect narrator. You can tell that he is really passionate about his book, what he writes about. And although the topics are quite heavy, he does keep it light. Like I said, I was laughing and crying throughout this book. It is exactly what I needed. At the end of the book, he did talk about the different ways that Parkinson's disease patients can get in contact with each other. So if you have POTS or Parkinson's disease, please feel free to reach out to me, drop me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Like I said, it is nice to meet other people who are going through same struggles, similar struggles. It is challenging when you go out with your cane. People look at you like you're a three-headed monster. They stare at you, they think they're being subtle. They're not. You catch them looking away. I honestly, outside of my family, immediate family, who are very familiar with this situation, it was refreshing when I go to physical therapy and the other patients don't look at you as a three-headed monster. Overall, I would give this book a 5-star rating. Obviously, I'm really biased. However, I would encourage anyone with a serious medical condition to pick up this book, and it will really help you and not feel so isolated in your current situation and give you a glimmer of hope that you are not defined by your diagnosis. You get to define who you are, nobody else. Well done, Michal J Fox. I'm Lisa of Troy.